Ham's back and ready to go?
Yes. T will have to wait. Stupid T.
Never liked it anyway.
Why am I getting all these messages? I don't know. I hear it in the other room. Alright. It's January 12th, and you might, I hope you are, watching Mods on Air.
2 FPS, 3 RPGs, and 5 sim-type games.
Yeah.
I think you'd be able to come up with one here.
I'm actually pulling this one hard.
Ask all the people that need hacks to play Call of Duty. I can hear you groaning inwardly every time Sin's mentioned. You're just cringing.
Welcome to episode 409 of Mods on Air, bringing you the week in gaming news as modders, developers, and gamers. I am Foilman, and also on the show today we have with us Welshie. Hello, Welshie.
Hello. I just decided to sneeze about 12 times. That was horrible.
Glad you muted. We also, I think you muted. I didn't hear it.
I did.
Han, thank you for joining us today. He's with us.
Thanks. Glad to be here.
All right, and Breezy's with us. Hello, Breezy.
Hello.
Hey, so let me remind everyone, if you haven't heard the show before, there may be some explicit language or adult themes. We're going to be talking about the week in gaming news, as well as hardware, not just software. And I mention that specifically because CES was this past week, so there's lots of hardware to discuss if you want to discuss that kind of stuff. Right?
Yes, indeed, yes.
Indeedy.
Well, I want to discuss it, but we'll get to that in a moment. Because I'm going to start off with a little bit of a conference thing going on here. I want to mention Valve, I should say, is going to be having some sort of little conference. I don't know when they announce this, but they're going to... I don't remember if we've talked about this before, but they're going to have a little conference
late last year.
Late last year? Okay, so they're going to have a conference this week. They're calling it Steam Dev Days. It's a 2-day conference.
Which actually lasts 17 days. Due to Valentine.
Yes, on Steam here, Valentine.
And I'm wondering why my phone keeps going off. They're going to be... It looks like what they want to talk about is the SteamOS. I think that's going to be their concentration of the developer conference, even though they go on to say, oh, you know, we want to just discuss with industry veterans topics ranging from game economics to, suddenly, VR, Linux, user-generated content, and basically everything else that only centers around them.
So, a mess of everything, yeah. It's all about them.
It's all about Valve.
Yeah, I suppose we might see what comes out of it in the next few days once it's over.
I don't know if we will. It would be nice if we did, but since they're saying this is developer only, I gotta wonder how you get into it. There is a registration, but they might be only accepting registration from people who have an interest in developing for their system, either using Steam or developing for their new console, which is the same as developing for Steam.
Just says like, where can I
That's
register?
essentially... Go on, what was you say?
I was just say it says where can I register as press/media. This is an off-the-record event, so in other words, no press, no media.
Right, which is why we might not hear anything at all.
It's true. Good point.
This is essentially to push their Steam box, isn't it? This is
I think
all
it
this
is.
is about.
Probably
Yeah.
so.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, then there was also this other conference that I came across, and I should actually show some pictures as we go along here. How about that? Okay, EGW, Experimental Gameplay Workshop.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Experimental Gameplay. This is another conference that supposedly went on, right? It already happened. No, it's a deadline for games to be submitted is February 1st. Okay. Experimental Gameplay. Creating unexpected play experiences or promoting unique feelings within players through mechanics. And that's just one.
That sounds like an excuse to make something that's not a game and then call it a game.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me.
Here's some, I don't know, some materials ordering software. Doesn't evoke the feeling of being like a drone in a workshop.
But this is also aimed towards those games that just use sound and that sort of thing, isn't it?
Who knows?
It's the hipster of the video game world, is what this is.
Yes.
Um,
I mean,
should find out.
I suppose I'm not against the experimental gameplay workshop so much as just I fear what's going to come out of it. And
Fear what
hail.
comes out of it. You mean
I
why?
fear
What
what's-
can come out of this that actually catches on, that people put their money into?
Well, this is the thing. I fear that something's going to come out of it that's not so novel, but it's going to be praised as being novel because people are sort of scraping for good ideas nowadays.
Well, it does say it's a workshop, which makes me think, hey, we need some really good ideas, but we can't really think of anything right now.
Yeah.
Let's have a budget, because I don't understand how you can teach somebody to be innovative and creative. You either are or you're not. You kind of can't just... It's kind of like going, okay, by tomorrow I want you to be a genius experimental physicist. Alright.
I can do that, no problem.
I could see this being head up by Jane McGonigal, if you remember her, the one that wants to make games that represent real life and teach lessons and...
Let's call it school.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Nobody wants to do that.
I don't want to be taught by my games. I don't mind games that invoke a bit of thought, but I don't want to be taught by them.
No.
Those all goes like typing of the dead.
I don't know what it's teaching me. Okay, let's jump back over to Steam. Steam has announced over this CES, which is the what is that? CES, Computer Entertainment Show, or it has everything to do with computers and hardware and that kind of stuff.
I think it's Consumer Electronics Show.
Consumer electronics. Thank you.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So over there, Valve or during the show, I don't know if it was actually at the show or just during it, Valve announced all these partners that they have teaming up to do their Valve Steam Machine box thing that is basically nothing more than a computer with Linux on it.
That's
Yeah.
all it is.
It really
Just looking at it, that is really all it is in a small micro case.
You know what's really interesting? If you look at the list of approved, I don't know, vendors, whatever you want to call it, there's quite a few people that just make graphics cards on there. Like
Sure.
Zotac?
Zotac. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gigabits.
You know what? You know why you're wrong? Because I once went and looked. I bought a machine and sent it back. A Zotac tiny computer. It was about this big. You can see I'm making the gesture that looks like a sandwich.
And it was the worst thing you've ever bought.
It was horrible.
Yeah. I mean,
I
they make
ended up-
great graphics cards, but that's just the graphics card. I wouldn't,
Yeah.
and it's all of these, apart from maybe Origin, which is the Origin PC, which they seem to be doing pretty good. But they're little laptops. Every one of these on these lists, I wouldn't buy like a desktop PC from.
Alienware, not
Alienware.
anymore. I know.
Oh god, not Alienware.
Overpriced Dell, right?
Yeah.
I
It's
don't
just kinda
know
like-
Material.net. I don't know them.
No, and then exactly.
No.
There's a few more that I've never even heard of. Like iBuyPower.
Oh, I've heard of them.
they-
And that's
yeah.
actually, I have something in here from them, 2 topics down that talks about them. This right here is a picture of CyberPower, but this one here is supposed to take a look at the insides of iBuyPower so that you can see what's actually going into that computer specifically, which is funny you bring it up.
The
$500.
main thing that proves that these are little PCs is the fact that every single one of these manufacturers is making a different one. They're not
Yeah.
like a console where you get the base unit and then there's just different parts inside. They are all completely different.
Completely different.
Now,
Look at Origin right here. Looks like a media PC, something you're going to put onto your TV.
Yeah. I mean, because they're media PCs. The thing is, when sort of news started first trickling of maybe a Steam box or
That
something
one
like
looks.
that.
That black one looks awful. It
Yeah.
looks like,
Yeah, it
it
does.
looks like like a Betamax from 1984.
Really does. There was talk about having some sort of standards so that things would be. I don't know. It's just there was this talk that maybe they would take some of the lessons from the console market, just about standards, or at least Steam boxes would have to be maybe confined to certain standards, so only certain parts could be used, and maybe that that inventory of parts could be expanded as time went on. But this is nothing like that at all. This is just a PC, an HTPC with Linux on it, like you said.
But wasn't the entire point of this to corner that kind of console-ish market where they say, well, it's to catch those people that are like, well, I don't have to build a PC, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, well, here's the Steam box, it's a basically a PC, you can just plug it in. But then if you're giving it to like, well, yeah, true, but if you give it to like 12 different manufacturers though, how is that different from just buying a PC?
Right.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
difference is because this is the... Actually, you know what? That's a good point, and you didn't make me think of it until just now. It is now a commercially available to the consumer Linux box.
Yeah, exactly. Like, see my point? It's just like, well, okay, now there's like different versions of it because you've got like 12 or 13 different manufacturers. So how is that any different from me going out and buying a gaming laptop? Oh wait, it isn't. Apart from I got Windows and I can play virtually everything that comes out.
Except the Origin PC, I think they were talking about how it's going to dual boot, or somebody was going to dual boot one.
Yeah, somebody is.
Well, but
Yeah, I've had that.
anything. The stupid thing is, saying dual boot is just like, well, I can make my laptop dual boot.
Why would you dual boot for Steam?
And well, see that.
Essentially, if you're doing that, you've just got a normal computer with Steam on it.
Yeah, like, I just don't.
Yeah.
That's all you've got.
Haven't they said that the SteamOS is available for free for you to download?
Right. Yeah.
So then, why the fuck would I go on? Would I just get a drive and just plug it in and just go, okay, there we go. Now I got my SteamOS. Oh wait, it's Linux, so I can't play anything except for Counter Strike. Oh,
So
dear.
so you'll stay on Windows anyway and play all the
Yeah.
games.
Yeah. It's just pointless. It's like,
But I do understand the want to go out and purchase a PC already built and not have to build it yourself. I mean, I know how to do it.
Get them.
you could,
Yes.
You could already get them.
Yeah, but what you're getting is not necessarily marketed to gamers. There are a couple, I guess, aren't there, that are really high.
Yeah,
I
there's
guess that's the
loads.
same thing. My mistake.
This is just a pure, like, almost marketing scheme to target. I'm gonna say call people the idiots that don't realize the fact that but look, it's like I got an Xbox, but I do it on a PC, but I don't really know what I'm doing. God forbid I spend 10 minutes online googling it. I'll just buy a Steam box.
Hmm.
Like,
I-
it's just, and the price isn't gonna be that cheap. We can already know. We already kind of know that. So
Well,
it's
they'll
just
have
like,
the low-end ones, which will be cheap, and they will obviously be cheap when you're using
Yeah.
them.
Wasn't it reported that the lowest end one was about $500 though?
$500, HDMI cable,
so no DVI. That's useful.
4 gig of RAM, 500 gig hard drive, a Radeon 7, a 250, which I don't know what that is. I don't know where they are. I don't know.
A
what
waste of
stand
money
it
is what that is.
There used to be.
Quad core
The
or
Steam-
something? Athlon.
I think the success is going to find success if a manufacturer goes ahead and creates that little $100 box that's meant just to stream from your Windows PC over wherever it is in the house over to your TV.
Mhm.
I can see that happening and me being sort of excited about that, but a separate computer for SteamOS, I'm no longer, after the reveal, I'm no longer excited now that I see exactly what it is.
No.
See, my biggest problem with this is the fact that it's running a version of Linux. Because at the moment, it's really not hard to play with Linux. And yes, Steam are working with developers, they're doing what they can to get. But at this very point in time, you're going to play like 3 games that are actually worth playing.
Yeah,
It's,
that is an issue.
so the massive Steam library I've got at the moment is completely useless if I was to buy one of these.
I give them credit for trying to push it off of Windows. Maybe get more developers interested in doing this.
Yeah. Well, I've said it before.
It's
If
ambitious.
games came out on Windows and Linux at the same time, they did like a double, I would get Linux. I'd be happy with it.
I think so. Yeah, I'm tired of all these driver issues, and you use Windows for a year, and then you have to reformat or
Reformat.
throw it away and start over.
But
I'm
it's
tired
just
of that.
because they don't do that. It's like, well, you kind of have to use Windows, and bringing something out like this where it's on Linux just seems like, okay, I can play Counter Strike and Left 4 Dead
Yeah. Perhaps we'll see, I don't know, some announcements after Steam Dev Days with all these manufacturers saying that we're going to make Linux a priority and it's going to be a sort of a
But are they going to do that?
at release period.
Yeah, that's the question. Is are they going to?
Because think of the money and the sponsorship and whatever that comes with Microsoft. Like,
True.
games for Windows Live is a perfect example, which they get rid of, I suppose. But you know, it would be stupid for you not to develop for Windows.
Here's a good point. Think of one of those game engines out there that you can go ahead and pick up and start making games. One of the biggest one, Unity. They do not.
Right.
I don't know that they have a Linux distribution. They have Mac and Windows. I don't remember seeing a Linux checkbox. So even that, but with that I can also go to console. I can go to portable. I don't remember Linux on there. I gotta look that up.
Well, I know you can create Unity games for Linux. That's
Yeah, but that runs in the browser. Does it run by itself?
I do not know. Not completely certain. I think it has to. It has to because there's a game that I have that I know is available for Mac and Linux as well as Windows. But I don't know the details of it. But I know it runs not in the browser on Linux.
Oh, there is one. But I don't think it's a full release yet. They say it's available for Mac, Windows App Stores, and Linux. And I say that because I see a Unity 4 Linux standalone desktop publishing preview. So I'm not positive that it's... And it runs for Ubuntu. Remember, that's also the other issue. Certain games can only work under certain kernels. Kernels has to do with sort of like the base of which the operating system was developed. So we don't know that it would be compatible with all versions of Linux. So now you have to also think about that. You're not just building for Windows Linux, you're building for Windows and sometimes these different versions of Linux. It's not the same as all these different versions of Windows, which sometimes are more compatible.
Yeah, I mean you can safe bet develop for like I don't know Windows 7, and you can have a safe bet that Vista and XP will probably work.
Right.
Unless it's DirectX 11, I suppose, or 10. But yeah, you got to point. It'd be like it's then you got all these. You got Ubuntu, you've got was it Suez or whatever. You got
Fedora, CentOS, Red Hat, and several others. I don't like Ubuntu. I find it very restricting. I can't get into files, and there's just
I guess that's
permission.
That's why Valve are developing their own kind of Steam.
Yeah.
Because of, purely for that reason. But then at the same time, that makes it even worse because now that's a new operating system pretty much that only Valve is developing for.
There was some talk about if somewhere in the fact I think we talked about this where it says, well, didn't you say that we should have Ubuntu if we want to use Steam on Linux? And in the fact it says something like, well, all the games are designed to use the Steam runtime, and so it doesn't matter as long as a developer you target the Steam runtime or something, then you should be fine on Ubuntu or SteamOS.
Okay, good.
You know, I keep looking through the. You got these links here for each different hardware event. I'm kind of just flicking through the. A lot of these are going to overheat because
it looks like it, right?
Because it's this tiny little box for a start, and then the one in particular, the iBuyPower one, has. Let's see if I can find this. If I can send this link to this screenshot.
I have CyberPower on the screen. iBuyPower looks like this, but that's a.
If you on the iBuyPower one, if you go, you probably don't have it, but if you pull up the screenshots on the link, over the graphics card, so they got the hard drive on the left, and then some sort of network card, and an SD card for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it's got a metal kind of plate over the top of the graphics card with a, I don't know, it's probably like a 8-inch square grill over the front of the graphics card. The rest is completely sealed off. Then in the next screenshot, they obviously take that off. And if you look at it, this fan is, for a start, not big enough to run that. Like, that's the one fan in it, like, apart from the little one by the CPU.
If you look over to the right, they actually piped the cooling out separately on the board. Trying to fix that
trying to reduce it
that you're talking about.
And so you put that panel on the front back, and then you put the side panel on, which has this tiny little grill to it. That's going to overheat. Guaranteed.
There's a grill on the bottom.
And there's a little grill by where the CPU fan is, but that is the tiniest CPU fan I've ever seen.
Yeah, I know, it is tiny.
Like, that is going
there's one
to
in the front and one in back. See? That's what you were missing. There's two.
Oh, two.
Yeah, it's really weird, that sort of setup.
Well, no, it's this micro PC setup. That is good. That is just going to overheat. I'd put money on it.
Well, remember, we talked about it last week or the week before, how Valve's box that they shipped, they actually drilled an extra hole in it before they shipped it out.
Speaking of things overheating, I believe the first video is online of an Xbox One overheating and smoking.
Smoking even. Wow.
I kid you not. Let me see if I can find it.
Well, it's bound to happen.
Yep, I found it.
All your fires in one location.
Is it going to be a case of, if it's running Linux, is it going to get as hot? Because is it going to be working as hard?
Well, no, because you can be playing half the stuff you want to play on.
Yeah.
You can't even play Minesweeper on Linux. I mean,
No, you can't.
no.
Yeah.
There you go. Check out that video.
All right. And while you guys are looking at that, let's jump over to the next one because it's sort of related. There's a Razer, the guys that make the mice. You know that after a few years the drivers fail, and the guys that make that tiny little really skinny laptop that they show off every year, but I've never seen anyone buy.
Yeah.
Well, they are coming up with a computer, a modular computer that can fool people into thinking they're building their own.
Oh, God, really?
Yes. I don't know if you see this picture. Actually, you know what? Why am I going to show you anything? Why don't I let them tell you what it is? Here comes. I better turn down the volume or you guys get mad. Project Christine. All right. This video, I think.
Hi, I'm Min. I'm the CEO and founder of Razer, and I'm here to show Project Christine.
Looks like that case from
It is the
Thermaltake that they
world's
did a
most
few years
modular
back.
PC.
But it's not a
Yeah.
case.
Well, traditionally,
That's what I was
we're all
thinking.
familiar with the PC, having
Because there's that modular case
huge
that had like
aspects of
different,
being fully
like a different
customized,
section for
building
each
Windows
thing.
and stuff like that. But to be candid, all of that has been pretty much confined to a really small subset of
All right, he's just going to go on. You can watch this video on your own. I'm going to let the video show you what I'm going to talk about. You have this case that looks like that Thermaltake case where everything is separated out and that nobody purchased. I don't know if it's because it looked like it was too hard to work with, if it overheated things, or if
It
it was
just looked
just
stupid.
it was crazy expensive.
And it looked like it was made out of Connects.
Well, this is even worse in that fact. Okay, we have a central. I'm trying to skip the video ahead a little bit to something. Okay, we have the individual modules, and I want to skip the video ahead to where we show the center piece. Come on. I know there's a spot in this video. All right, maybe there's no spot in this video. Let me jump to another video. Okay. That's where I wanted to be. And I press stop instead of pause. All right, I'll bring it right back. Okay, there we have a center hub for the entire PC. It is mineral oil cooled. Every one of those things that is sticking out is a module part of the computer. So think of it like the long piece right through the center is the motherboard, and every piece has tubes and connectors. Tubes so that the mineral oil can filter through. And one would be your video card, one would be a possible screen, one would be your CPU, one would be your audio card, one would be your NIC card, and so on and so forth. One would be a hard drive. So now, Razer has not only figured out a way to build a PC or let you build a PC, but they have also figured out a way how to double the price of every component.
Yeah. Because
I
you
said
have to buy the
In
Razer.
a completely useless to have gadget kind of way, that's actually quite cool.
I know, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I think for me the most ironic thing is this is exactly what I would have expected out of a Steam machine.
Yeah.
Something
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah.
This is what I
You
would
sell all
expect.
the modular parts separately.
Right.
So you buy the frame and it says at the bottom, no, individual parts sold separately. And you have to buy like the hard drive and
Yeah,
They'll do it in a subscription-based format where you get one part every like 3 months.
But you made me think of if this was Steam, it just brings me right back to the days of Atari or something like that. You buy cartridges and every game you plug in.
So they do the subscription.
Plug it in, it doesn't work, so you got to blow on.
The last thing they give you is the power supply, so you can never turn it on from like day one.
You joke about the subscription, but I swore when I first read about the story, I saw something about subscriptions. That they have subscriptions for this potentially if it ever were to come out. Yeah.
It's a cool concept, but
Yeah, it's kind of like those concept files, isn't it? Where it's just like, oh yeah, that's really good, but I would never want one.
Here we go. Tan told us perhaps to say a subscription model of sorts that we could interchange modules when they come in. So there it is, right there.
So that, yeah, you get a graphics card update, and they just send you a new module. Which, all right, that's
I suppose that would appeal to people if you get the latest stuff.
Yeah, so, I mean, so here's something that if they were to release it, I think would work in the Steam Machine concept where people could go out and buy upgrades. And this is for the people who are more into consoles, don't want to build their own PC, and don't mind taking a gouging on the prices.
But see, again, I'm a big fan, pun intended, of cooling, of proper cooling. And I mean, it is, you said mineral oil cooled, but I still don't really see any like venting on it. Because it's all well and good having mineral oil, but where does the heat get dispersed?
It doesn't get dispersed. Remember, it's all mineral oil. That's what I was saying. It's all liquid cooled. I don't know where. You're right.
It's just going to start bubbling then.
Yeah, liquid cooling, you still need the radiator.
You still got to get rid of that heat somehow. Fry bacon on it otherwise. Or in it if it's oil.
That's another module. Pay more for that, yeah.
The deep fat frying module.
So I think it's very intriguing.
Yeah.
And there's no way I want to end up throwing money at it because I'm afraid of how much money that would end up being.
It's one of those things where it's cool to have, but you just wouldn't buy one.
Right.
I have no idea when this might be coming out. I'm trying to scan through
if
this
ever.
to see if.
Probably never.
Yeah,
It doesn't surprise me that this is a Razer product either, because they don't like to do this sort of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, we may see a finalized version of this next year.
Yeah, no. It's just one. It's the concept card. We're gonna build something where money's really no object, and it's gonna be awesome, but we're never actually gonna make it because it costs us way too much to build in the first place.
I'm surprised this hasn't come along before, but you know, all these computer companies that are putting things together and they have idiots that work for them. So rather than make them use a screwdriver, just say, "Here, push this in that hole," and then ship it.
Get to the point where you don't even need a screwdriver to build your desktop anymore. There's very little screwing going involved when I did mine the other day. Just to screw the motherboard on, that was it.
Wrong topic.
Anybody want to comment on that one?
Nope. I'm trying to figure out how to move on to the next one about game engines. And, yeah. See, I got out of that one.
Just
all right.
Yeah.
Leadwerks, I don't know which way they want this to be pronounced, but they have a game engine, which we've talked about before. And it goes on to talk about how they're releasing an easy-to-use game development indie edition of the engine. You can actually purchase it through Steam for about $99, royalty-free license for commercial products. I don't know if you get everything that you need to make a game, or you just get most. I'm showing a picture up here that might look very familiar to any of those who have used some of the old school editors or 3D Max or something like that.
I remember checking this out like maybe 2-3 years ago because it's very similar to the Source Engine in the way that you build, essentially. And what I found was it was cool, but it lacked a lot of kind of features that you would need. And I don't know, that was like almost 2 years ago, so I don't know and it was fairly new at that point, I think.
Well, right now this only produces to PC and maybe Linux. I know that they were adding support to it. I'm not positive that it has been completed. It must be if they're talking about it in Steam. I don't know. That's their goal. So this is not going to be an all-around type of game engine. And I was looking
Well,
at
I
some of
think
the comments.
that was the thing. It was like it's not. It was still very new when I checked it out. So it was like half the stuff didn't work, or it was like you click on something and go coming soon.
Well, looking through the comments, they're comparing a lot of the users are comparing this to Unity, saying that, well, you can get a free version of Unity and use that, and then you still have the ability to produce to almost any platform, rather than just being limited to just PC. Because Unity also goes to browser if you want to go that route. But then they're saying, well, this one's cheaper because you get the whole thing, pretty much. But this is an indie edition. I don't know what you're missing out on, whereas Unity, if you want to be able to publish without restriction, it's going to cost you probably about $1,500 per platform.
It's very. I mean, if you are, that's fairly cheap though for if you're an indie studio or whatever. But it's like almost the source engine. I mean, seriously, watch some of these videos and it's the same development textures. The grey and the orange. Which is fine by me. I always really liked the source engine. It just source engine stopped evolving.
Yeah. I don't think
I believe you can get a free version as like a free version to check out. I was pretty impressed, but it did lack a lot of the features of we can only the AI scripting isn't done yet, and like that was a long time ago, so I assume they've got that working now. I don't know. It uses Lua or LUA script as well.
That interesting scripting language, which is just yet another language to have to learn.
It's kind of like Java, but it's just also sort of made up.
Yeah.
Gary's mod uses Lua, which sells you a lot. It also only uses, by the looks of it, OpenGL.
Yes, 4.0 or something like that. Yep.
So no DirectX.
No. How important is that?
Well, technically not. It's not, because if you can match, or it's not even that. It's how you want your game to look, I suppose.
Right. The game is not going to run on an older PC.
Yeah.
Not going to work. You're going to need a newer video card and a decent processor in order to run the basic type of game on this, because of the GL compatibility, the OpenGL compatibility. Okay. Now going on to also bring up some stuff. I felt that this next topic tied into a bunch of different areas, because we have Valve, who's trying to also develop a VR, virtual reality technology, where you can put on a headset or something like that. And we also have a wonderful game developer that we used to, and some of us probably still love, John Carmack, who has decided to abandon ship and jump over to
No names mentioned.
Oculus. Well, that's what this topic is about here. Internal game development at Oculus VR. Suddenly, now that John Carmack is involved, which is really, really, really interesting, because what we're talking about is John Carmack jumped ship from id Software, which may not even be id Software anymore, because they belong to, what is it, Bethesda Software, I think it is, or some place in ZeniMax, right? Yeah. Also located in Maryland, I think. And that was his company. So maybe that's not his company anymore, and he's like, I want my own thing. Maybe he put a lot of money, maybe he's one of these huge investors in Oculus, jumped ship and said, I'm going to run your game development.
Maybe so. I think there was either there was something paraphrased or quote, direct quote or something like that, but it basically said that Carmack thought that it was best that they develop some sort of game solutions internally so that they can test features a bit more and just sort of, I guess, have case studies to more accurately understand the best way to create games for this device.
I still think of this device as the 2015 version of the Phantom console, because they're constantly coming out with all these improvements and have yet to produce a consumer version.
Yeah.
They're just developing reasons for people to invest and nothing else.
Yeah. I consider this falling into the trap of some of this stuff where it's like, it is literally going to be a Phantom console because it's never going to be released, because they'll get to a certain point and go, but wouldn't it be better if we did this? Yeah, let's do that. They do that, and then 2 years goes by, and they go, okay, well, this is really good, but maybe we should get this working as well, and it just never. And then you've got so many people investing in it and putting time into it, and then you've got so many people that have different opinions on how it'll just never come up.
I'm glad I got my money back.
Oh, did you?
Oh yeah.
The latest development is that they have added head tracking. Right now, it uses a camera, an external camera.
And OLED lenses.
Yeah, an OLED lenses, which apparently all but eliminates motion blur. And
I mean, it all but eliminates every bit of money you have left in your wallet when you go to purchase.
Yeah, that sounds expensive.
OLED can be really expensive, but it does have an extremely high, I'm not sure if I want to say refresh rate, but maybe, yeah. It's, the screen refreshes, those colors change extremely quickly. And it's pretty thin as well. So, and bright. So OLED has a lot of stuff going for it, but I don't know if it's rather cheap to introduce.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure it's not the only improvement that they're going to make between now and the never-ending release date.
It's still, for me, that thing that is, even if it does come out, and even if it does come out and it's awesome, I'm still not going to get one. Because I still have no interest in it.
I have no use for it. It's like
I'm fascinated. I'm super fascinated by it.
But are you fascinated by the potential for developing with it, or are you fascinated to play it?
A little both. Probably more interested in developing for it.
That's what I thought.
Well, remember, Ham got to try it and he liked
Well,
it.
no, it's not, I'm not saying that's a bad thing at all. I'm just, it's there's a difference between, because I have no interest in playing this at all.
No.
But I could be talked into helping develop it for it.
You know what I think helped Welshie make that decision was a chance to use it a second time, and realize it's not any different than when I first time was.
Vomit.
Right.
I definitely think that had the main factor in that was the different type of game that we played.
Yeah, that's the main thing for me, is it doesn't seem like I can't see it transfer to the type of games that I play, which are mostly shooters. The only one I can see this working for me with is Arma.
Right. I suppose my imagination just kind of runs away with it. Sort of, I imagine these huge environments that I'm situated within when I put on the headset, and that's just impressive. But yeah, we've yet to actually see anything or experience anything because it's not out yet. If it ever will be.
Boring. Second Life,
That I have no interest in.
I love that it's called Second Life, because it implies that the people that play it have a first life.
Yes, I know.
Yeah. Have they integrated the headphones yet? How does that work? So you still need to wear a headset.
Yeah.
Which does not, you're right, that doesn't have directional audio. How does that work?
That's, I guess now it just got pushed back out until 2017.
It's another thing they'll have to add.
And then you gotta develop these headsets, or these headphones that are like injected into your brain.
It's just that strap, especially in that picture you got up there, it just seems to be in the way for a headset.
Well, it was, and when the first time we tried it, it was in the way, because you had to kind of like have this headset on, or they had to put the Rift on you first, and then the guy had to like hold. Yeah, the guy was like for a while holding the headset on a few people, so they wouldn't fall off. And when I had it on, it was like only half over my, say, right ear, because it was like lopsided because of that strap.
Oh boy! And as I look out the blinds like a stalker, I see the neighbor from hell. I'm gonna have to leave for just a few moments. So I can talk.
In my head, it's the your eyes are narrowing because you're just staring out the window.
Yeah, this is. I did not want to see this lady today, but here we go. We're back.
And he was never seen again.
Yes, I'd like to see the camera just fall over sideways, and that was it. That's we saw him.
It's just a flash of
Like the
light.
tip over on the desk. Slow moving puddle of something across the desk.
We can talk about some of the other games that are being announced this past week. There's something here called Alien Isolation, which is supposed to be an action-adventure shooter.
I don't know how to feel about this because the trailer makes it look.
After Colonial Marines, though, I trust no one and nothing.
Yeah, that's the problem. Every single one has been terrible so far, and I'm like, half me thinking this one's going to be terrible. The other half thinking, well, we've had a fair share of terrible ones now. Maybe we'll be lucky.
Maybe this will be good.
This could be the one. This could be the one game.
It's going to be shit. And I can tell you why.
I'm pretty sure it is.
No, you know why? Because I just saw the Sega logo.
Yep.
Yes. Damn shame.
It is what
It's
you think
over.
it is. It's the
Yeah.
Aliens game.
It looks pretty,
Yeah, I was thinking that.
but then assuming this is actual gameplay, which it probably isn't.
Isn't it supposed to be more of a sort of survival horror as opposed to a shooter?
I think that's what they go for. Which, in that, if they do it properly, could be good.
Yeah.
Because to me, that's what Aliens is. It's not this ridiculous show where you just run around killing billions and billions of aliens. Because in the movie, she just barely survived like 3 of them.
Right. Well, she's not going to be in this because this is, well, maybe she is. That's right. She was cloned.
I think this is her daughter, isn't
It's
it?
her daughter,
It's
yeah.
someone Ripley.
It's Ellen.
It's 15 years after Ellen Ripley's, and it is Ellen Ripley's daughter.
And the name's so Amanda Ripley. Okay. They're fancy with their names, don't they?
That family always gets into shit. Fair play to them.
Steam sale, maybe. Or does Sega not go on Steam?
No, I think it does.
Yeah, I think it does. I'll hold off judgment. I'll watch a few playthroughs and that sort of thing.
PC and consoles.
I'm not putting out too much
No,
hope.
because it's knocked down by all the others.
Especially with Sega on the front of that. Jesus Christ.
Somebody sent us a link. Batty Stabler actually sent me a link regarding this game called Enemy Front. I don't know if we've ever talked about Enemy Front before, and I don't know how long it's been going on, but they're talking about how they're working with the Cry engine to make this game that they have here. Oh yeah, that's their song. Okay, so here you have a gun that looks like it's from World War II. Why? Because Enemy Front is a World War II FPS.
Gotta bring that one back.
Just can't get away from the World War II, can we?
Anti-Nazi resistance.
What?
Nazi.
Yeah, but anti-Nazi resistance. That's a redundant word there.
A little bit, yeah.
Because anti is the same word.
Well, I guess they're on the Nazi side. I know. That's why
Yeah.
I'm just reading what it says here.
Anti-Nazi
I didn't
resistance.
write it.
What, they're fighting the Nazi resistance? What?
This is supposed to be fast-paced.
So it's Call of Duty, but
I can imagine it.
yeah.
That HUD is horrible.
Yeah, it is.
That's like half the screen.
And this doesn't look fast-paced to me.
No, this looks like hide behind a rock duck shooter. AKA Call of Duty.
Yeah. If you want to play a World War II shooter, play what's it called? You know that
Red
one.
Orchestra.
That's the one. Could not think of the name.
That's a proper game. That game made me want to cry.
This reminds me of a game we looked at ages ago.
Was it this?
No,
It
I
may
don't
have
think.
been
Well,
this.
then it could have been this, possibly. This was over about a year ago, I'd say. We were talking about something like this.
We did talk about this before, and it's been a while.
Yeah.
I guess it's still in development because there isn't any other news. It just... I don't know. Yeah, that's why I wasn't sure if we talked about it.
So there's a fair degree of destructibility in the
Okay.
environment. Things like these walls that you're hiding behind. will
I'm
get
done with you.
destroyed.
We have another one here. Let's see. Oh, actually, I don't know why that game... Oh, because I didn't renumber it. Okay, the next one I wanted to talk about was something that popped up in Steam. Here, let me go to... I'll start with this interesting picture first. Somebody was looking through Steam, and for a moment there, some interesting stats popped up. Stats that don't normally pop up. Stats about games with only one person playing in it. Stats for games such as Killing Floor 2.
Intriguing.
Yeah, so if you zoom in on the list, there's a bunch of different stuff, and you can see how many people are playing it right down here. There's even things in here called the dev version of something, like Warframe dev, Batman, Arkham Origins, Blackgate HD, Pac-Man Museum, Universal Sandbox School Edition. A couple people downloaded that, I guess. Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Online dev version.
Yeah, see, I don't trust
Internal.
this at all because
I know.
it's just a screenshot. Like it's
Yeah,
you can easily modify these. Like
Oh yeah. If you have Photoshop or
because I was under the impression that Batman Arkham Origins Blackgate was just like a PSP game.
Mm-hmm. With Steam integrated?
Who can say?
I don't know.
And why the hell would somebody be playing Football Manager 2011 review? Like, is it a review? What, like?
Because they're all the same. They just rename them.
Yes.
So the last version they made was in 2011. And they're just going to change some skins. That's why. I don't know why.
I don't see them making a Killing Floor 2, because surely the way they've done Killing Floor 1, they would just update Killing Floor 1, surely.
Or make
That
a different
seems to
game.
be their-
You could put it on the newest Unreal Engine, though.
It could be. It could be Unreal. It could be Killing Floor 2, and they're just going to rename it later. This could be a working title. I mean, they made Killing Floor Calamity. It probably wasn't named Calamity originally. It was just maybe it was Killing Floor Top Down or Killing Floor Console.
Could be that. It's not a lot to go on. Is
Yeah, until I hear something official from
Yes,
True, I'm not going to believe that.
agreed. Okay, so we'll wait on that. Is this actually supposed to be in the next topic? One here called Evolve, which I don't have in my list over here. I have an old one instead of the correct one. So Evolve, from, I can't talk about it because I don't even know where the topics is. Somebody else. I have something. In my topics, I have one from last week, where we were going to be talking about...
Reading this link, this looks a lot like natural selection.
Here it is. It's supposed to be sci-fi. It's supposed to, yes, multiplayer. It's a shooter, like Left 4 Dead. And it will be available on the PC. They, why is there so much... They're like, oh, so much information.
It's
Turtle Rock.
isn't it? Which
That's
is
why it's a big
the
deal.
original Well, it's the original Left Dead guys who
Right.
got absorbed by Valve and then spat out the other end.
Yes, that's exactly what happened, too. Yeah, so they're jumping over to making their new game, and that's what this one is supposed to be about, the one called Evolution. I think I have something in here video-wise,
So
but I don't know what it is.
Left 4 Dead with aliens, as opposed to zombies.
Yeah.
You're not going to see anything but some people fooling with lizards and models.
I like how they don't mention Left 4 Dead 2 in this, because they had absolutely nothing to do with it.
I know.
That's sad, that's depressing.
They're saying for them this is the next step of...
Yeah, that's what I mean, like, it's just, I feel bad for them, because they got screwed over by Valve.
Well, you'll notice that in almost all the artwork, they have 4 people showing.
Yeah.
Again.
That's
So
right,
it's
they're just taking the framework, aren't they? And
Yeah.
just slightly changing it.
Well, it looks like a big change. They're changing the environment, they're changing a bunch of stuff, but the gameplay, yes, the gameplay mechanics might be the same. Okay, Rambo.
No, they could put something out that's good and fun to play. Speaking of things that are good and fun to play.
Yeah, Rambo. on the same note as that one we were just talking about, though, it's got to the point now where I don't feel 4-player co-op is enough.
No,
Because how many times is it? There's more than us, more than 4 of us.
But it does change a lot of stuff. 4 versus 6 doesn't change a lot. Add 8, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
You see what Respawn is doing, right? Respawn, who they're currently, aren't they making Titanfall? No, Respawn is working on what game?
Yeah, Titanfall.
Yeah, they are Titanfall.
Okay. They're talking about how they're going to make the game 6 versus 6 only.
Well, that's because it's on the Xbox.
True. But
Because
I find 6 is a good number. 6 when we play Killing Floor is usually enough.
But that's co-op though. That's a completely different ball game.
Yeah.
But I totally agree. I think 4. Like, there's 5 of us on this show. 4 is not enough.
I don't know, for a game, Titanfall. Isn't Titanfall, if I remember right, the one where they get into these giant mechs and then they're running around on foot and jumping, rocket jumping constantly from building to building?
Yeah.
Don't these environments feel big? And aren't we talking about some big, heavy armor things, and we're talking about 6 on 6?
There won't be big environments though, will they? Because it's
I guess
fast-paced like Call of Duty. So even though you got these big mechs, they may be open, but they're not going to be big.
So the mech's going to just walk around a single block in a circle, because that's how big the level is.
Because I know what you're thinking. You're thinking it's going to be along the lines of what was fun about, or one of the things that was fun about 2142. Where you could jump into the Big Mac and wander around for almost miles.
That wasn't my favorite part. That was
No, it wasn't my favorite part either, but it was still kind of cool.
Yeah.
That
was too big of an environment, but yes,
I would take, but I would take a wild guess and say that Respawn this game is not going to be like that at all. This is going to be tiny maps where you spawn in on people's heads.
It's going to be like that other game where there was mechs in it, which I cannot remember the name of. We played it once or twice a while back. I think it was in beta. But another one came out just like this. No, not Hawken. It was something else. You had to hack doors to open them.
I don't remember a mech, but I remember hacking doors in a bunch of games.
I can't remember. There's definitely mechs in it though, but it was. Oh god, hated Schwarm. I can't remember what it was called, but we definitely played something where you could call in a mech, and then you become the mech. And that wasn't big maps, and this is going to be the same.
Hence the 6v6.
Yes.
Because if you put any more players in it, it'll be too small.
Oh, the one we played was Underground. It was by an indie developer. Something like Natural Selection or something like that, but not quite that.
It wasn't Natural Selection, but I can't remember what it was called, but I remember playing one.
Yeah, it was all like underground in an alien-like environment. The one I'm thinking of.
No, it's not the one I'm thinking of.
I don't remember either of those.
Alright.
Anyway, Rambo.
Oh yeah, Rambo.
Rambo.
I guess the exciting part about Rambo is getting the bobblehead with your pre-order. Otherwise, I don't know.
That is literally the most exciting bit.
Yeah, otherwise you're gonna get to play the shiny old Sylvester Stallone in the woods
with one hell of a mullet going on. Jesus.
Well, that's Rambo.
Yeah, but it's like a super mullet. It's like two mullets mated and produced a
purebred mullet offspring.
Yeah. It doesn't even look like Sylvester Stallone.
No, I know.
Is it supposed to, or they just...
I don't know. I'm not excited about this game. I don't care.
No, not at all. Looks terrible.
It's just time waster in anything
it's going to be awful, don't you?
Yeah.
They switched the machine on, and they didn't know how to turn it.
Okay, I don't.
Oh, they switched the machine on and they didn't know how to turn it off. That makes absolutely no sense.
He's the machine. You know, they got him started, and now he's on a killing spree. Even though he's the hero.
Yeah.
Alright, another game out there, Hitman, is cancelled. Or so they say.
I didn't even know they were doing another one.
No, I haven't played the last one yet, even though I own it.
I haven't finished the last one. I just couldn't get through it.
It was too boring for me.
Yeah, it was really boring. And the story in it is just ridiculous. It's ridiculous for the sake of being ridiculous, and it doesn't work.
They have been like that for a while now, haven't they?
Yes.
Okay. There's 2 more topics I want to bring up, then you guys can mention whatever the heck you want. I don't know how long we've been recording, because there's no recording timer for it. Nope.
The sign out one is quite funny.
Yeah.
Yes, the trolling. Okay, Xbox sign out trolling it. That is actually quite funny to me. Somebody goes, Xbox One, by the way, you guys know that is voice commanded, right? You can have the Kinect running, and when you talk to it, you can tell it to do whatever you want it to do. Go to ESPN or whatever the hell you want to do.
Pause the game or quit the game.
Yep, snap your Skype and whatever the hell you want to do. And your Bing. Well, this guy names himself Xbox One Sign Out. And then apparently a lot of people apparently speak his name while recording their game. Well, that's also supposed to be one of the features, isn't it? Where your game is constantly being recorded.
I think that's PlayStation, isn't it?
Yeah.
Xbox Sign Out on the Xbox One.
Alright, I'll jump ahead.
It's actually a genius troll.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
I want to get this guy's gamer tag, but it will end up signing me out.
Oh, Xbox signed out. Trapped me. No, I didn't mean to sign out.
Xbox sign out. No, back.
Also notice the age range of every single person.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, no. Xbox, don't do it. No. His name is really clever. Fuck me. I will do it. What do you want, Xbox sign out? Oh crap.
So yeah, you're right. That is
His name is that.
that is clever. I like that.
I almost signed out.
His name is Xbox Sign Out. Oh shit! No! Some kid's gamer tag is Xbox Sign Out. And I said it, and it was like, are you sure?
Okay.
I was like, no!
I saw something from, I think, PC Gamer on Twitter that was like, walking around the office and shouting Xbox turn off or whatever is much fun as you think it would be. Because they're all sitting, Xbox turn off, and it just turns off. No!
Oh wow. Game tester room.
Yeah.
That's horrible. That really
That's
is.
ridiculous.
And the funny thing is, we predicted this. We were just like, this is going to happen.
I know. Wow. Okay. I wanted to mention. Well, I guess I'll mention that NVIDIA's mobile engine running the Tegra K1 will work with Unreal Engine 4. Okay, great. Whatever. Works on my iPhone, so impressive. Really, I don't understand that. Just NVIDIA trying to say, hey, look, buy the shield from us.
Yeah.
Which, by the way,
Yeah.
half the video cards available on most of these websites, at least in the US, come with a coupon so that you can get a discount on the NVIDIA Shield. They're really pushing it hard.
I was offered the coupon on that on my new card.
I was like, what do you mean I get $50 off a Shield? Shield? What Shield? Oh,
I know that
$50 off this $350 thing that I won't use.
Yeah.
Still
It's safe to say I did not take up that deal.
Yeah. Good. All right. Also, then somebody found out that there are Mountain Dew flavored Cheetos.
What?
Yummy. That's just combining the two best things in life.
Yeah.
Japan. Available in Japan.
That's
Only
like
in Japan.
now you don't have to like reach this far for your Cheetos and your Mountain Dew. Now you can just have one reaching.
Yes, I think they spilled together once, sort of like, you know, the Reese's peanut butter cups.
Yeah, that's I just thought of the Family Guy thing where the two guys are driving the cars and they crash into each other. Oh, you got peanut butter in my chocolate.
That's where it came from.
Chocolate in my peanut butter.
That's where that came from. Their original
Oh,
commercial.
spilled Mountain Dew on my Cheetos. I've seen it.
Yup. They taste horrible, but I'm going to eat them anyways.
Yeah. Only in Japan is what I'm saying. Only in Japan.
I know.
I'm actually surprised that's Japan. I'm surprised, like, North America hasn't done that.
Okay. You guys, either of you used to play Pokemon? I thought one of you might have.
Both.
I still play Pokemon.
I played Pokemon on the flight, my returning flight back to my 2 returning flights back to Canada. I played Pokemon on my iPod for about 8 hours straight.
It's the only game that is exactly the same every edition, and I don't mind about it.
You know why? Because it's a master. If you think about it, it's a masterclass in RPG. Like design. Really, if you take out the stupid Pokemon, chill, you know, it is a well-made game that is genuinely fun to play. Yes, it's Pokemon, so you're like, oh, after about 2 hours, you think, why the fuck am I sitting here playing Pokemon? And then you go, oh yeah, because it's fun, and you play for another 2 hours.
Crack on, yeah.
And then you have that thought again, and you go, oh, but I just got, like, my Bulbasaur just evolved, and you carry on playing again.
Do you think it's over to the top that they're introducing a transgender character?
Yes. I mean, I only played the original one. I've got the remake of the original ones that they did in, like, I don't know, what was it, like 2004 or something. Like, I've not played any of the newer ones.
I got White, Pokemon White. That's the latest one I've got. Does it bother me in any way, shape, or form? No, because all I care about is playing Pokemon.
Right. Yeah, it's not.
Do I pay any attention to the characters? No.
No, I don't think so.
I played it for I was playing it for the nostalgia angle as well, because that was a childhood game. So it's like, oh yeah, I remember this bit.
Okay.
Not a big deal, that.
No,
it's just. So. All right, that's a show. Unless you guys want to bring up one other topic here or there. Ham never.
There's a topic a bit further down about War Thunder Ground Forces video. If you haven't played War Thunder as it is on Steam at the moment, I would say it's worth a look. It's quite fun.
What is it, tanks?
At the moment, it's airplanes, but they're going to add tanks and sea battles all on one map. So that'll make it quite interesting.
It's still in closed beta, it says.
Yeah, the tank bit is, the airplane bit is done, I think. I've got it installed, I was playing earlier.
Well, did you pre-order it? Is that how you're playing it?
No, it's free to play on Steam. They're just sort of adding it as they go. So they're doing it in sections. So, as I say, they've done the airplane combat, then they're going to do the tank combat, then they're going to do the water combat, and then they're going to add them all together on one map.
Okay.
As far as I'm aware, anyway, I think that's the plan.
Hopefully it all works out for them then.
Yeah, it's quite fun.
It looks alright.
It's kind of like World of Warplanes and World of War tanks and all that sort of thing. But as I say, the main thing they're going for is getting it all on in one battle. So you've got people on the ground, people in the air.
I didn't know you liked those games, the World of War ones.
I played War Tanks for a bit, haven't checked out Warplanes. I've been playing this one because a lot of the guys I play with have been playing it. So I downloaded it, I'm sure it was free to play. And yeah, it's alright, it's a bit of fun, it's quite hard.
Okay.
I've been playing Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
That's not the fourth one, right? That's something else.
This is the newest one. It's the fourth one, yeah. It's the latest one. Yeah, there are bits of it that impress me. Like the sea combat is quite impressive, or not necessarily the sea combat, but the sea itself. Like there's waves and there's weather changes and.
Not the game play, but
it's
the way the sea moves.
It's the same as the last one, which is everything's amazing about it apart from actually playing it.
Yeah.
Like, the first, I probably played about, I don't know, 18, 19 hours in it, and the whole time, I've just been thinking, I remember when this game used to be about, like, assassinating people.
Yeah.
Like, it's pirate things for the last, like, 20, just going on my boat, which gets...
That's all it's about.
The open world sailing thing is, like, novel for about 20 minutes. And then you're like, this is actually quite boring.
Indeed.
And I just literally every now and again I just sit and think, but this game used to be about, like hunting, you had like lists of people and you had to hunt them down and kill them. Like, what am I I don't even know what I'm supposed to be doing at this point in the game. Like, I don't understand what my character's like even supposed to be about. It's just and it's not that because I don't care. I'm trying to follow it, but it's just like, okay, so he's a pirate. Now what?
That's all I got from when I played it.
And he's from Swansea as well, which, Jesus.
Yes. I've been playing a game which I think Ham might have played, which is that Kerbal Space Program game.
Okay.
Don't know if you've heard of it. It's actually very good.
Wow.
For what it is, it's a tiny download, and I have played about 18. Well, I played a lot of hours, and it's fun. I'm probably going to play it after the show. I'm really enjoying it.
Single player?
Single player takes a lot of thought because you've got to design all your rockets and things like that. I think that's why I'm enjoying it.
Right.
But yeah, I like it. People should check it out. Breezy recommended.
I guess the only thing I've been playing is Killzone.
Killzone?
Yeah, the latest Killzone.
On console?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yep. It's good. It's very linear.
The show's offline apparently.
Oh, really?
Wow. Really?
I picked up Reyes, which is kind of fun.
I still see it broadcasting.
Oh, no, it is still there, so I'm lying.
Liars.
I talked to the guys behind Reyes, or the guy behind Reyes at PAX this year, or last year now, just. It's kind of fun, it's a little kind of like simulation, like almost like Civ 5 kind of thing, but nowhere near as complex to that. We have a kind of a world, and you have like 3 gods, and one of them's your kind of water god, and one of them's a plant god, and you use it to build like grass, and it's kind of fun. It's better than I'm making it sound. It's all hand drawn and hand animated. Reus, it's called Reus. Go and check that out. It's pretty good.
Indeed. I just want to ask, did anyone else get a beta key for Elder Scrolls?
No.
Yes.
Did you bother using it? Because I gave mine away.
I tried to give mine away. You saw me.
Yes.
Listening in the window saying, does anybody want it? Because I played it last time when I was bored.
Yeah, we played it at PAX, and it was Foil played it at PAX, and I stood behind him and watched, and it was just kind of like,
I thought it was better at PAX.
Really?
I feel it maybe it was more exciting in the environment that we were in.
It's literally because of the hot girl that was like, here you go, what you use, you go here, and then you're gonna want to pick, and you just ignore her and click like 3 other things. Yeah, I'll just do it. And they would not tell us anything about that game, We tried to get press, like, Strido kind of, while you were doing that, went off and tried to get like a press interview of sorts. So you just talked to somebody for 5 minutes. They were just like, no, we're not doing that.
No.
So we'll do it off camera. We'll just, I just want to, chat. No. No, I did read that it's going to be, I think, $60 and then $15 per month.
Oh, screw that. Not gonna work for me.
Yeah. It may have even been 80. No, it wasn't. It was 60, definitely.
Even if they give it away and they want $15 a month, I'm not paying that.
No.
Maybe if they say $5 a month, I will. But probably not.
No. There's probably better MMOs out there to play. If you really like them, if you're really into it and stuff, like.
Okay. I'm gonna wrap it up. We all good?
We all good.
All right.
I'm sad.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna thank our host for taking the time out to chat. Welshi, thank you very much for joining us today.
No problem.
And Ham. And Breezy, thank you very much for joining us today.
No problem.
I'm just being made into bacon right now.
Could be, yeah.
I'm not sure I like the suggestiveness of that.
Smoked bacon.
All right. Finally, I want to thank you, the fans of Mods On Air, and the subscribing members of modsonline.com. And we'll be back next week with some more topics, and hopefully less crashing and everything working better. better and better. Bye.
Thanks for watching this week, and come back next week when we will broadcast another live show. Details for this and all past episodes can be found at modsonair.com. We welcome your feedback via email at mailbag@modsonair.com, and please consider subscribing to modsonline.com to support our show. The opinions expressed by individuals on this program are not necessarily the opinions of our sponsors, owners, or partners.
Alright, let's try this one. GTA for kids.
What a beautiful day for a back alley deal. Gosh, doggy, I can't find my clock. Can you help me find it? Very good. Oh, biscuits, I'm gonna be late.
Biscuits.
You know what would get us there fastest? Very good.
Jumbo jet behind him.
Thanks for the ride, mister.
So last night, I'm telling my girl, she totally wanted the D. Do you know any words that start with D? That's right, duck. And do you know any words that rhyme with duck? That's right, Phil. Oh, Uncle Larry.
Here you go. Now that's 100% pure sugar. Columbia grown. Hey, what are you doing?
Gotta test the product, man. Looks like this deal just went sour.
Ah! Can you tell me how many stars I have? Oh, very good.
And I like how long they just stay on that wasted. Just stays here. Just like in the game. Alright, everyone. My camera froze. I guess we'll call it.